good afternoon, and good evening. It depends on where you're joining us from. Thank you for your interest in today's webinar. I'm delighted that you're able to join us today. And with me is Ouyang, who is our speaker. This is Penina Lam speaking, and I'm with the eLearning Innovations Conference. And we are delighted that you have taken your time off your day's schedule to join us today. So in the next few minutes, I will speak about the virtual conference and the other offerings that we have prepared for you. And then I will be introducing the conveners, and then I will hand it over to Fan, who is our speaker for today. So with that said, I also want to bring your attention to the control panel, which should be on the right-hand side of your screen. It allows you to participate in the discussions either by typing in a question or a comment. So take a look at the red box, which should direct you to the chat or the question function. We welcome you to type in your questions throughout the session. We're going to pause at the end where we'll have a discussion on any questions that you have brought forward. So please type in your comments throughout, and we're also going to interact through polls. When we take time for the polls, I encourage you to submit your answer using your mouse, and that way we'll be able to record that. So wherever it is you're joining us from, once again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the session. This particular webinar is recorded, and the reason it's recorded is it allows us the opportunity to share with those who could not make it today. So in case you're interested in sharing that recording, you will be receiving it after this particular webinar. So on to introduce myself. I'm behind the screen here. That's my picture. I'm Penina Lam, as I mentioned. I'm the CEO of eLearning Innovators, and our company is the virtual conference sponsor supporting this session. Our work primarily focuses on digital leadership solutions, which includes e-conferencing and webinar hosting, such as the one we're experiencing today. We also do focus specifically on e-coaching, e-mentoring, and specifically for those who are now beginning with the e-learning content strategy, we also support those solutions. So in case that's something you're interested to speak about later on, feel free to get in touch with me. On to the eLearning Innovations Conference, I would like also to recognize our partner, the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, who are essentially charged with curriculum development at all levels of education. They provide both electronic curriculum support materials for all levels below the university level, and they also are in support of in-service and orientation programs for teachers and other curriculum implementers. So that's their website. In case you'd like to take a look at what they do, I welcome you to do that, and more so, if you wish to contact them, we'll be happy to lead you to their contacts over there to learn more about their work. I also wish to recognize the international network of e-learning experts, consultants, and coaches who work with talents to advance e-learning in Africa, and recognize talents also as the 2015 conference convener. With that said, I'd like to turn your attention now to the webinar objectives. So we have key objectives planned for the next 45 minutes, which we've planned. And by the end of this session, as a participant, you will be able to understand and explain the basic TPACK framework, which Fan will be speaking to. Then you'll be able to have construct and have a revised TPACK framework that you can use for your own setting. And she will be discussing how they use the TPACK framework to analyze the online instructor's teaching practice in her institution. And then you hopefully will be able to identify the implications and suggestions for your own instruction online or for that of your team members. So those are the key webinar objectives. I'm looking forward to learning from Fan about the TPACK framework as well. This is a picture of our featured speaker today, Fan Ouyang. She's a PhD student at the University of Minnesota in the United States. Fan is joining us alongside other fantastic experts in the area of e-learning to essentially educate us a bit on the key elements that support e-learning and best practices out in the field. So she will be sharing her experience with online learning, and hopefully it's a session that you'll all take away some key learning points. And Fan, with that said, over to you. So I'll hand this now to you to be able to showcase your presentations. So
thank you, Penina.
okay.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Are you able to pull up your slides now?
Yes.
Okay. So give us a minute, please, as Fan pulls her slides up for us. Thank you. You can see them very well.
I can see the slides. Yes. Hello. Hi. My name is Fan Ouyang, and I'm a PhD student in the U. And today I'm gonna present my presentation on TPACK in the online education. So this study it started from my learning experiences in an online course, and the teacher she has over 10-year online teaching experiences. So I think it's a very good way to analyze how she teaches this course online. And she also used the Lean site to create an online learning community for our students to engagement in the class. So my presentation will break down into 5 parts: online education, TPACK in online education, a case study, and some implications. So here we will go to the point 1. How familiar are you with the TPACK framework?
Okay, so I'm going to pull up that poll for you to complete. So please, using your mouse, I'm launching this now. It will take a minute to pop. Go ahead and complete, answer the question to record. Excellent. All right, looks like everyone has voted. I'm going to share this now.
Yes, I get it. So since that some of you are not familiar with it and some of you are somewhat familiar with it, I will briefly introduce TPACK.
Okay, so Fan, we have your video on right now.
Okay, so yeah, so in 2013, the number of higher education students taking at least one online course is over 7 million in United States. So there are a lot of students taking online courses, and according to this survey, in higher education, there are over 39% of teachers that have taught at least one blended courses. But according to this survey, only 7% of teachers strongly agree that the online course are the same as the students' outcome from the face-to-face course, and 85% of the teachers think that they prefer to teach courses in person. So here is the TPACK framework. We can see from this slide that in the TPACK framework, there are 3 main components. That the 3 main components is the teacher's knowledge on the content, pedagogy, and technology and tools. So around these three components, the interactions are the teacher's knowledge about the pedagogical content knowledge, technology content knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, and interactions on these three ones. So we can see from this framework that the teacher should use those technologies to facilitate a course, no matter this course is in an in-person classroom or this course is a blended course or is totally online course. So from this slide, we can have an idea that the teacher in the teaching process, she or he can use all this knowledge in the learning process, but how can he use all this knowledge? And the most important part is how can they combine all this knowledge together and use the TPACK, TPACK knowledge as the middle of the circle. So there are a lot of research about TPACK in K-12, classrooms, but when it goes online, there are just very few studies on this part. And in this summer, I wrote a paper on TPACK when TPACK goes online. And here is a brief literature review. The first important survey is a large-scale survey of almost 600 teachers, and among those teachers, they use TPACK in the core courses. But when the researcher to analyze the TPACK, it shows that there is only one component has a very distinct boundary, that is TK. And the second one is a dissertation wrote by Scott. And in Scott's paper, we can see that she started three components, the three very basic components, CK, PK, and TK. But it shows that there is no special coding categories about some other ones, PCK, TCK, TPK. And from the third one, we can see that the researchers presented the teacher's TPACK knowledge, but there is no description about the use of TPACK in the online teaching process. So based on this brief literature review, I think that is very important, and it's very eager for us to analyze how the online teacher uses the TPACK in the courses. So I proposed an evaluation principle for analyze TPACK in online courses. The first one is PK. PK in the online course is different from we use that in the classrooms, because in online courses we can't meet people face to face, so it's kind of hard for the teacher to engage students. So in the online courses, teachers should use the PK to stress the student-centered learning, which means that it's better for the teacher to use some other strategies to engage students in the discussion, but not just the teacher teaching the courses. And the CK part is about the courses structures, concepts, and some other content. For the CK part, it's almost the same as the CK in the face-to-face classroom course. And TK is very important. It's very important because the teacher should use the technologies and the tools to form a platform, online learning environment to engage students, and not also have a platform to post those content, but also use some other tools to help the student engage with some other students and engage in the class in a whole process. So these are three basic components in TPACK framework For the interactions, the first one is PCK. PCK is the teacher's understanding of how to facilitate the course content with PK. So PK, as I said, is the student-centered learning. So PCK is about how the teacher can combine the course content with the student-centered learning. And the most important part is the teacher should keep in mind that the students are from different backgrounds. So how to help the students from different backgrounds to get something from out of the course and enhance their understanding of the course content. So the second one is TCK. TCK is teachers' knowledge to use the technology and the tools to represent the course content. And TPK is the teacher's knowledge to use technology and tools to support student-centered learning. And the final one is TPCK. TPCK is the teacher's knowledge to use all this knowledge in a unique way. In this unique way that he can use technology and tools to interact with content and students' learning. So this is my brief proposal of how to evaluate the teacher's knowledge in the online course. And then I conducted a case study. This case study is the one just I said in the first slide. I took an online course, so the online course is my case study context. And the research purpose is to identify examples of the online teacher TPACK use in terms of the revised TPACK principle. The second purpose is to provide some significant implications about how the teachers can use the TPACK online. My research method is a case study, and I will use content analysis to present my results. And the research subject and context is a graduate level online course in the EU, and the teacher has over 10-year online teaching experiences, and she integrates the course and facilitates the course in an online learning environment. It's called Lean. So here we have a second poll. Please share your experiences with your online learning communities, how you engage in the online learning community.
All right, the poll is up. Kindly use your mouse again to vote and submit your response to the question on how you are engaged or any kind of experience you've had with online learning communities. So I'll give you a few more seconds and then we'll move on to the results. All right, so I'm going to close that and share the results with you. And Fan, you may share the analysis and respond to what the participants have to say about the experience. And this is a good follow-up to your next session on online learning communities that you will demonstrate for us how you then use the TPACK for that.
Yes. Thank you, Penina.
All right, so I'm going to hide this. 33%.
13% people have 1 to 2 experiences, and 16.7 have 3 to 5. That's good.
Okay, so go ahead.
So here is a Lean online course site. We can see from this slide that the teacher designed this course in the Lean, and this course focuses on how to build an online learning community. So it's very important for the teacher to facilitate the course with us have a authentic learning experiences in the link site. We can see that there are 7 pages. This is a part of the home page. Besides the home page, we have my page, classmates page, groups page, the discussion page, assignments, and videos. So from this side, we can see in the main home page, the instructors can post content, resources, videos, and there is she also use a chat room here. So from the chat room, all the classmates can chat with some other people on the class. And another very important part for the online course is forums. So in the discussion forum, we have different kinds of discussions. You can see from this slide, we have individual sharing, and we have small groups, we have large groups. So the difference between the class level group and the small group and the large group is that for the class level group, we, as a class, we have 20 students here, so we will have the class level introductions about ourselves and have some very basic concepts about how to build an online learning community. But because all of the students are teachers, but we are teachers from different backgrounds. For example, some teachers teach K-12, and some teachers is in higher education. So based on the students' different backgrounds, the teacher assigned us into different groups. So for the small group is based on the readings we choose. So for each week, we have a core reading, and we have 4 to 5 other readings. So based on the 4 to 5 readings, we choose the reading we like to do. So based on the reading we choose, we will for small group. After the small group discussion, we will have large group share out. So in the small group, we will have 1 people from the small group to share out our thoughts to the large group. So this is the difference between these groups. And another very important part is base group and learning team. So in this slide, we can say that we have 4 base group and 4 learning team groups. So for the base group is formed at the very beginning of the class. And the base group is formed based on the student's background. For example, in my group, I'm in the Golden Bridge group. We have 4 students here. So we all have interest in how to facilitate online learning community in higher education. So based on our interests, we form this group. In this group, because from the very beginning, so we are very familiar with the other group mates throughout the class, and we have many discussions in the group, and we even meet in person to discuss how we can build an online learning community in the courses, because we all have experiences to teach courses online. And another part is learning team group. Assignment for the learning team group is to facilitate an online class session for the rest of the class. So for 4 weeks, we have 4 groups. So each group will facilitate a class session in 1 week, and the group have to choose topics, choose content, and the tools to use to facilitate the online class for the rest of the class. And here is my page. So all students can have their personal page, and in the personal page, they can share their stories, share the interests, share the background, and find some other people who have the same background, so we can also chat with those people from the chatting part. So in this way, we can get connections with other students in the online learning community, since we can't meet them in person, basically. And here is a slide for the teacher's class agenda. So the teacher posts class agenda each week, this is a class agenda from week 8. First, she posts the video. So in the video, she concluded our performance from the last week, and she shared her feedback to us. And she also instructed us about the tasks we have to do in this week. Besides the video, she also posted the text-based instructions. So in the text, she she shared us with the reading links and the forum links. We can click the links and go to the readings and go to the forum to have large group, small group discussions with our classmates. So I just showed the online learning environment. This is just online learning environment she designed in Ling, N-I-N-G. So if you guys are interested in to facilitate an online course in this platform, you can search it on Google. Just type in N-I-N-G. It's a social network community. So we can all build communities based on your interests. It's not only for the courses. You can also build your personal community in Ling. So I will go back to the content analysis. Based on the revised principle, I just proposed about how to analyze the online teachers TPACK. Based on that, I analyzed the teachers TPACK use in this course. Here is just an example from the class 8, from the Ouyang class, and I have analyzed all her TPACK use in this course as a whole, and I finished this paper. Will submit in this month. Hopefully, it will be published next year, I guess. So PK part is that she states the class M structures and requirement to the student, and she also took students' background experiences into consideration, and she also provides suggestions to students after each class, and she adopted the student-centered learning for different groups for the student to participate in the class. For the CK part, she provided one required art and 4 articles for students to choose. So based on the 4 articles, we for different small groups, and we also share out the small groups content to the class. For the TK part, she used the Ning, and she used the Camtasia, C-A-M-T-A-S-I-A is a tool for us to record the video. So she used the Camtasia to record instruction videos. She used Flipgrid. I'm sure that you guys were not very familiar with Flipgrid. Flipgrid is an online platform that students can use to record a very short video based on the teacher's questions. So students will use the video to share them thoughts with the other classmates, because we can't see each other in face to face. So from the short video, we can see our classmates' faces. And Flipgrid, Flipgrid, it's an online platform designed by my lab from some of my lab team members in LT Media Lab. So if you are interested in integrate this in your class, go ahead to use it. I use it a lot in my online class. So these are 3 basic components for the teacher's TPACK use. And here we have 4 interactions. The first one is the PCK. PCK, I will remind you, is that the teacher should combine the student-centered learning and content together. So we can say that the teacher she choose readings and she structured questions for the students in different groups based on the student backgrounds. And she also integrates student thoughts and ideas to the class level. So we can not only share the thoughts with the small groups, and we can also share group to the large group. For example, I'm not very familiar with how to teach an online course in K-12 to K-12 students, but from the class, I know that how the K-12 teacher use those tools in their class. And TCK is teacher use the technology and tools to facilitate different content. You can see that the teacher use the video to propose the content, and she also use meme. We can use meme to have a text-based discussion, and we can also use Flipgrid to record the video to show the content. So this is how she used different tools to facilitate the content. The third interaction is TPACK. TPK is the teacher use the pedagogy, the student-centered learning, and combine the tools together. We can say that the teacher use the online learning platform to facilitate the text-based forum, and she also used Flipgrid for the student to record videos. And besides this, she encourages students to use new tools like the mini chatting room, emails, and Camtasia to facilitate the course. So here is 3 instructions, and the final one is the most important one, TPCK, or we can call that TPACK, TPACK. So based on the student background, professional experiences, and learning goals, Sarah, the teacher, she integrates the student-centered learning and integrate different approach like structured discussion approach, communication, and some communication tools. The communication tools include asynchronous. Asynchronous means that the student can the truth in different locations in time. So like Flipgrid that student can record the videos whenever they have Wi-Fi in the home, in a class. So this is the first part, and another part is synchronous communication tools. Synchronous communication tools, in this class, we use the chatting room in Lean. So in the chatting room, we have a assigned time, like in the class, we have assigned time from 8 to 9 p.m. in one day. So all the students have the chance to chat with the other students in the chatting room. So she used these 2 different communication tools, and she also used 2 different ways to present content. I just use the text-based link and use a video. So these are how she integrates all these communication tools to facilitate the content based on students' different interests. So she integrated all this knowledge together. That's why I want to analyze her use of TPACK in this online course. This is just an example from class 8. So here is analysis of TPACK use based on the TPACK framework. We can see I just use the content from the content analysis. I will briefly express it. For example, for the PK part, she understood the course aim and she understood the student interest. So she combined PK and the CK. From the CK part, she choose readings based on the student background. So not only choose 1 reading for us to read, but also choose 4 readings. So based on the 4 readings, we can form a group. And here is another one about the teacher's TPACK use. So these are my analysis of the content analysis about the teachers TPACK use. Based on my research, you guys can either use all these communication tools in your class, not only in your online class. You can also integrate this through your blended course, or even you are fancy just teach teacher course in the classroom setting, but or you can also use like Flipgrid to integrate it for the student to use after the class. So this is one way you may use from my presentation, and another way is that I encourage you to learn more about TPACK. And if you are interested in how to use TPACK in online education, please feel free to email me. I will have my email later. So these are two ways that you guys can engage in my study. Implications for online teachers to use TPACK. First, when you teach a course online, you should not only simply to apply this knowledge, but you should also think about how to apply different tools within when you facilitate specific content and to support the student engagement. This is the first implication. The second one is that TPACK analysis is with the aim to achieve a student-centered learning. So in the online learning community, because we can't see each other and communicate with each other in face-to-face, so please, when you facilitate an online course, please keep an open, respectful, and proactive attitude towards all this knowledge and content the student proposed. And you should also consider to integrate all this content from the students to the class level. So these are two implications. For my research, the limitations of this study is first, I only analyzed one online teacher's TPACK use. So this teacher, she has over 10 years online teaching experiences. In my future study, I will integrate some other teachers and analyze how novice teacher or teacher who don't have so much experiences to my study. The second one is the data was limited to analyze recorded data. So because I didn't plan to do this research at the beginning of the class, I plan to do the research at the end. So I can't interview the students because of the IRB application. So I only analyze the data from the lean side. In my next study, I will try to interview the teacher and students. The third one is as a researcher, I'm the only researcher, I'm the only coder, and I was the people who proposed the TPACK principle. So it's not very objective, I guess. So for my future direction of the study, as I just said, the first part is I will analyze more than one teacher's TPACK use, and I will use a mixed method to both use the data from the records of the online course and the teachers interview student group interviews. And I will employ another coder to help me to analyze the TPACK use. So that's my study. And here is the third part. Given this presentation, what's the next step for you to use the TPACK framework in practice?
Excellent. Thank you, Fan. And so for participants, the audience, I have the last poll for you to engage in today. So please take a minute and tell us about what you think, given this presentation, your next step would be for you. And this has you're able to select more than one response in this particular poll. Excellent. I'm waiting for a few more people to respond.
Okay. Hope you guys enjoy it and learn something from it.
Thank you, Fan. I think what was most interesting is to see the applications of what we tend to call action research and how you apply it in a real life setting within a classroom. And I think among our presenters, we may have participants who are not necessarily teachers, but they are educators, obviously, with some level of interest in e-learning. And I do see lots of opportunity to integrate some of the ideas you've discussed this morning with us, so that even if one is teaching at a different kind of setting, as a trainer or as a consultant or a coach, that there are some key lessons to take away from that. So I'm going to share the results. Not everybody has participated, but in the interest of time, I'm going to close the poll. And I also ask you to kindly consider the questions. We're now moving on to the question and answer or discussion portion of our presentation this morning. And so give whatever questions you have in mind, kindly use the question tab, and we'll be able to get to those questions in a minute. So Fan, we've noticed that most of you would like to learn more, do a little more research, either independently or to have the speaker contact you. So for those who've indicated that they would like to speak to you, Fan, I will be happy to forward their contact.
I can't hear you very well now.
You cannot?
Oh, it's good now. It's good.
Okay. Sorry about that. So I noted that there are a few people who have indicated that they would like you, the speaker, to contact them. So I will be happy to share their contacts with you. And for those who would like to, can you hear me?
Yes, yeah. Go ahead.
So I was just saying that for those who would like to learn more about the presentation and attend the conference, then we're more than happy to provide you with that information as well. So thank you,
Yes.
Fan. I want to really appreciate you on behalf of the audience and for taking time to share with us what you've learned through your work. I also wish to now move on to the questions section. I'm going to close this now, the poll. And Fan, I'm just going to give me 1 second while I take the rights over to myself. I am going to be inviting now your questions. Would you kindly use the poll? Sorry, would you kindly use a question but function on your screen?
No, I can't.
No, for the participants to enter the question, to enter for us their questions so that we can then share with everyone.
Sure.
Okay, so for everybody who's participating, I'm on the lookout for any questions. But to get us started, I have a question that Fan, I would like elaboration on. I noticed that on your online communities, you have the role of a motivator.
Yes, facilitator, yeah.
And for that, it would be interesting to know what the teacher had identified 2 people who would be motivators for the week. What function do those motivators play, and to what extent does that enhance the learning in the online community?
Yes, in learning team, we have 1 or 2 people that these 2 people should post the content. They are like the teacher for this week. So we have 4 weeks. So in these 4 weeks, before this week, we have a team, and the team, all those team members, we choose the topic, we choose the tools to use. But when the week starts, there is 1 or 2 people. These 2 people should post the content to the class. So they're like the teacher. They should post readings, post the discussions to the forum, and in the discussion process, the team member who facilitates the class session, they should jump in to facilitate the discussion if we have any questions or concerns about the content, about the tools we use. So their role is like the teacher in this week.
Okay, great. And thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, so now I have the controls back to my side. And I would like now to ask another question that's coming from Marie. Marie, you've asked us whether you'd be able to see the presentation again as your signal was fading, and the answer to that is absolutely yes. We will be happy to share a link with you after this session. And for those others who were not able to begin with us or entered late or would like anyway to share this with your colleagues and network, feel free. This is our goal for providing this virtual series, is for us to be able to learn from one another and also to share the lessons learned by our speakers and broadcast those as much as we can. So yes, we'll be happy to share those with you. So
I got lost. I got lost just now. I can't hear you for 1 minute.
okay, probably
Yeah.
I will keep going, and unfortunately, if you don't hear me, then Fan, you will be able to hear the recording after this. So I want to thank you, and I want to also share a little bit more information about the conference coming up. So give me 1 minute, and I'll pull this right up.
Sure. Thank you, Penina. Thank you for your facilitation. Thanks for all facilitators for your participation and engagement for my presentation.
Oh, you're most welcome, Fan. So for the rest of our presenters, I'm quickly showing the conference events that we have highlighted here. Please pay a visit to our website and you will learn a little more about each of these ones. I will not go to details in the interest of time, but you are most welcome to participate in whichever capacity you would see fit. This is the next event happening on September the 19th. Our partner, the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development, is hosting this walk, and the walk is designed to bring attention to e-waste disposal. As you know, with the digital and technology age we live in, there's quite a lot of mobile phones, computers that lie broken in waste. And so we want to bring the message back about ecologically friendly ways of disposing of our waste. So join us for that. KICD will be happy to have you there as well. The opportunities are open for session chairs who would like to take a leadership role during the conference events. We continue to welcome speakers, whether you're an e-learning expert, mobile education facilitator. If you would have an interest in hosting and speaking at any one of our future webinars, we are more than happy to learn and hear back from you, and we can give you more details at that point once you contact us. Then if you're interested in exhibiting, there's opportunities for that as well. Just simply contact our team and they'll be happy to assist you. These are the tracks. We really want to focus on how mobile education or e-learning broadly is changing lives. That's the theme of the learning events. And so these are the tracks that you can submit your presentation under. If you have not done so already, we are really in the final stages of accepting any more speakers. In terms of next webinar, we have one coming up next Thursday. I did not include his name, but his name is Paul Millet, and he will be sharing his experiences in Tanzania. He works in Canada, and obviously that's a great example of how we're able to break distance and access barriers through e-learning. And he will be specifically talking about how they've been able to use social media to engage with different participants within Tanzania in teaching and training on ethics. So join us same time on next Thursday, September 10th. And this Fan, I think we can hear you from here. Kindly check your background noise. And the e-learning conference website is up here, and so take a look at it. And we welcome you to really join us on the social media, wherever you are, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, or on Facebook. With that said, it's now 50 minutes since we began, so I would like to end the session. If any one of you has any particular questions that I can direct to Fan after this webinar, do not hesitate to send those out to me, just simply respond to the email that you received inviting you, and we'll be happy to respond to that and direct your email to the right person. Again, thank you for taking your day, your hour to join us. We invite you to future sessions. And again, Fan, thank you for being our featured speaker today and for sharing your insights with us.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thank you, Penina. Thanks for your presentation.
Okay. Thanks and goodbye. Good evening. Good day to everyone. Bye.
Yeah, good day to everyone. Bye-bye.